Really enjoyed the movie.
That's a glowing recommendation from Mark Savage.
Yeah, there you go.
Put that in the back of your Blu-ray.
That's it. There you go. That's your Ninjago. That's your little pull quote at the end of the back of the Ninjago box. So listen, I want to talk to you about this as well. I watched 2 movies this week.
That's a new record for you.
From years ago, right? 2 classic movies.
All right.
And I think there'll be 2 movies that you like.
Okay.
I watched Highlander.
Yes.
Which I haven't watched. It must be 15 or 20 years since I watched Highlander.
Fair play.
And I watched Little Shop of Horrors.
Little Shop of Horrors, yes.
But with a twist, I watched the director's cut of Little Shop of Horrors.
How much of a downer is that ending?
Well, you see, here's the thing. As I was watching, because I haven't watched it in years, and my daughter loves musicals, and I was like, we're going to sit down and we're going to watch Little Shop of Horrors, and you're going to love it. And I was like, I don't remember the end of this being so dark.
Yeah.
Does Seymour die in the original? He doesn't. Sure he doesn't.
In the original cut of the movie, he lives.
He lives. And don't they do the whole thing where it's like, oh, the day has been saved, and then it cuts away and there's a little Audrey.
Do you know the way that's what is the song? Somewhere That's Green.
Yeah.
Do you know when she sings that song and you see like the perfect little house and stuff and like they're dancing on the lawn? The movie ends with them getting that.
So Audrey doesn't die either?
House. No.
I didn't remember Audrey dying. No. Audrey dies in the cut, in the director's cut.
Oh, no. The original ending is Seymour saves Audrey.
Yes.
From it.
With the axe, doesn't he? He beats Audrey too with the axe. Yes.
And then blows it up.
Yeah.
So in this new fancy version, like Audrey and Seymour get the fancy house and they're dancing around the lawn. Just zooms down into the little flower bed and there's a little baby Audrey 3.
Audrey 3, okay.
I'm assuming growing out of it.
Yeah.
But the original ending, oh my god.
It's so dark, isn't it?
It's based on how the stage show ends.
Right, okay.
Because the stage show ends with like all these vines coming out to encompass the audience.
Right, okay.
Like the little flower buds open and it's all the main cast's heads. All kind of like singing the final song.
Right, okay, that's really dark.
And then
that's
so
Audrey Invasion of the Body Snatchers, really, isn't it?
Yeah, and like the massive Audrey 2 head comes out over the audience and bang, the lights immediately shut off.
All right, class.
So it's to indicate that the entire audience has been eaten by Audrey 2.
That's really, really good. Because they do a thing in it where in the director's cut where it's like the screen and then like Audrey busts through it. Because when we were watching it, I actually said to my son, I was like, that would have been really cool in the cinema. Yeah. You know, because it looks like it really looked the part. But yeah, because it's really good. The director's cut's really good.
No,
I thought the end was really, really good. I had never seen it. I didn't even know it existed.
And you see like the massive Audrey 2 plans smashing up downtown.
Yeah, breaking up the bridges and all, eating like tanks, and the bit where one of them's at the end of the bridge and the train just drives into his mouth. Yeah, so I mean, it's so dark, but it was really, really good.
Yeah, no, I remember the first time I discovered it as well because I bought the Blu-ray.
Yeah.
And I had a couple of mates around, I think it was Halloween, and I was like, oh, well, we'll stick something light and happy and refreshing on. And I stuck it on, and I was like, oh, there's an extended cut. There's me imagining extended scenes of Steve Martin and Bill Murray. And
yes, please.
But then it ends like that.
I know.
What?
Yeah. I mean, it's still fun. Like, it's not slit your wrist depressing, but it's still...
It's tongue-in-cheek.
It is.
But, you've kind of bit your tongue a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. But it was really, really good. And it's one of those kind of movies that... It's part of that clique, isn't it? It's part of, Tremors, Ghostbusters, Big Trouble in Little China, Little Shop of Horrors is in there.
It's, from the moment it starts, you can clearly tell it's set in its own world.
Oh, yeah.
Because it has that kind of Tim Burton Batman thing to it, where it's clearly a soundstage.
Yes.
It's not a real street.
Yep.
But it just, something about that look gives it its own universal feel.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful looking movie.
Like the bit where it starts off and like you see the 3 singers coming out and they're reflected in the puddle as the car goes past.
Yeah.
I think it's great. It's Frank
so
Oz
good.
movie,
It is a Frank Oz movie, yeah.
Yeah, man.
And the thing about it is too as well, and again because my son is interested in a lot of this sort of stuff, and me and him were just sitting going, the animatronics, like the practical effects in Audrey are amazing because he has full expression.
Yeah.
And like Caleb even said to me, my son, he was like, there's so many different versions of Audrey because there's like 6 or 7 different stages as Audrey grows.
Yeah, like a little baby, cutted version, and then you see different sizes, and eventually.
And every one of them is beautiful. Every one of them has full expression. Yeah. Like there's a bit where one smiles. Yeah. And it has like the full Joker smile, and you can see like its cheeks bent around, and it's just beautiful.
Yeah.
And you kind of I miss that.
Yeah, because like you watch things like that now, and it's clearly CGI. I mean, there's a movie that came out there this week, Alita: Battle Angel.
I haven't seen it. I want to see it though.
it just does not appeal to me at all.
Right. You haven't seen it?
No.
Right, okay. I thought you were going to say
it's the same thing as like Avatar or something like that, for example.
It's got that. It's Paddy Ryan called it Uncanny Valley, the movie.
It is.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it looks like to me.
Yeah.
And I would rather it be something that's practical. Like, I don't get the whole point behind it because it's just basically making her eyes bigger.
Yeah. I think it's just an homage to the original manga. Like, I think it's just,
Why?
I know, because I had this very same conversation with my son. He was like, "Why didn't they just get the actress to play the role?"
Yeah,
and I was like, "Well, she's meant to look different." Like,
well, no, that's how she's drawn in a comic book.
I know,
like that's the equivalent of doing a Batman movie, where you CGI him to look exactly like Batman from the comics.
I know, I do understand. No, I don't disagree with you. I do agree. Yeah, but I know exactly what you mean. Because especially since the actress just acted out the whole role.
Yeah.
And then they just tweaked her... I don't mean just. I mean, obviously it's a massive undertaking. But they tweaked her face.
The ultimate Photoshop effect.
Yeah. Like, you remember I said I used to work for a boss who used to enjoy making everybody's 10%. Head 10% bigger in photographs.
I will never forget that story.
Unbelievable. Yeah. Anybody didn't like 10% bigger. And you'd be looking at the picture going, there's something wrong with that picture. And it's so subtle. But you just know there's something not right about it. But yeah, so I watched that. And I watched Highlander.
Which is an amazing movie.
It's so good.
And it holds up today. It's just a shame that it spawned so much bile.
Yeah.
But the first one I would actually rate up there with the first Terminator movie. While I was watching it, I thought to myself, this is a lot more like Terminator than I remember. It actually looks and feels a lot like Terminator. It is. I think it's the scene where he's in the hotel room, like he's leaving the hotel room with the sword.
Yeah.
And it's like, that looks like Arnie leaving his hotel room.
And the bit in the alleyway, do you know where he's fighting the black guy, the other immortal, and the gun freak comes down, and it looks like it's just lifted out. It looks like the alley where the Terminator put his fist through the window. Remember the car window?
Yes.
It looks. It might actually be the same alley because it's so like it. But it's got some really cheesy animation where you can see they've literally drawn like lightning effects on things.
Yeah.
But overall, it's still so simple.
Yeah,
there's not, because I remember loving it and thinking it was really complicated and it's not really. It's a very straightforward story.
Yeah,
but it's really well told.
See, it would be more complicated if they spent the first hour of the movie sitting going like, who are the immortals? Where are they from? Blah blah blah. It doesn't. It lets you as the audience fill in the gaps.
Yeah.
So there's a load of immortals out there. There can be only one. So they all kill each other until there's one left. The quickening happens, becomes human again. Whatever. Blah blah blah. And I think that's perfect. Mm-hmm. And of course, let's not forget the role that defined a man. Sean Connery is the most Scottish Italian man you'll ever meet.
You Spanish peacock. I'm Egyptian. Yeah, it's so good. And it's one of those movies I can't wait to watch for my kids, although it's still a wee bit too dark in places.
Yeah.
Although it doesn't at all look realistic at any point.
No, but I think that's what adds to its charm.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, and Clancy Brown is the Kurgan.
Yeah.
So, hello, ladies. It's so good. He's so good in it, and it's so... he's just eating the furniture and the sets and everything. He's just,
It looks like that type of movie, though, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
Like you show up and go, right, God, this set looks nummy.
Yeah.
Nom, nom, nom.
Nom.
Chewing on every bit of scenery you can find.
Yeah, and Christophe Lambert, or as they call him around here, Christopher Lambert.
Christopher Lambert. Do they seriously call him Christophe Lambert?
That is his name, because he is French. His name is Christophe Lambert. That is actually his name, but everybody calls him Christopher Lambert.
Tell me more about Christopher Lambert.
He's such a bad actor, but he's so good in this.
Yeah.
Whatever you say, Jack, you're the master race. Such a great line. But he's so good. And the fact as well that he's obviously French, trying to play a Scotsman who's sort of become American. Yeah. And, you speak funny, Nash. Yeah. And the fact that his accent's so weird actually works for the character. Because he's been alive for so long, his accent's just all over the shop.
Yeah, no, it makes a lot of sense. And, of course, the Queen song, Who Wants to Live Forever.
Unbelievable, yeah. This whole soundtrack's Queen. It's great.
Honestly, it gets to me.
Yeah.
It really, really gets to me whenever he's with his wife and she ages, he stays the same age, and I think it's beautifully done. I think they do more with that concept in 5 minutes than the entirety of Benjamin Button.
Yeah. Actually, I couldn't watch Benjamin Button, turned it off about halfway through. I thought it was absolute dross. But yeah, the emotional scene, remember the scene where he rescues a little girl in Nazi Germany? Mm-hmm. And then she grows up with him and she becomes like his friend, and then she runs his business and everything. And the bit where he says to her, if I don't come back, And she's like, you're not planning on coming back. And he says, no, you knew this day was going to come. I actually thought that scene was really emotional.
Yeah.
You know, they weren't in a relationship, but she was basically a surrogate daughter to him. And I thought that was really good as well. But it's such a good movie. But again, the irony being there can be only 6 movies later, 2 TV series and an animated show. And a reboot coming.
Highlander 2 destroyed me.
Right.
I couldn't get through it.
Yeah. But can I be honest? I went to see Highlander 2 in the cinema.
Uh-huh.
And I was a big fan of Highlander at the time. And I remember really liking it. But I think it was because it was one of the first 15 movies I managed to go to see in the cinema. I was still only like 13 or 14 when I saw it. Yeah. And I did enjoy the spectacle of it and everything else. But looking back on it, it's absolute nonsense.
It's a ludicrous movie.
But apparently there's an extended cut of it, which is apparently quite a bit better. I know.
Fair enough.
I know. Yes, no, which I've never felt moved to go and get.
No.
Yeah.
Same here, funnily enough. No, for me, I always like to sort of cut movies off. You know, it's like, okay, go home movie, you're drunk.
Yeah.
Or go home franchise, you're drunk. So whenever it gets to ludicrous stages, I just pretend they don't exist.
Yeah, no, I'm the same. I have Highlander. And normally I would be the sort, you know this, I would have to buy Highlander 2, 3, the TV series. No, I have Highlander and that's it.
That's all you need.
It's all in that movie, that's it. For me, there's no more. Although I never watched the TV series. Did you watch the TV series?
God, no.
But apparently it was, I honestly have mates who swear by it, said it was really, really, really good.
Fair enough.
But I don't know. It always, anything time I watched it looked awful.
Yeah.
But I don't know, it might be one of those shows that maybe does hold up pretty well.
To me, it looks sort of in the vein of, do you know those old Hercules or Xena
Exactly,
TV
yeah.
shows?
It had that really horrible
it
TV
looks
look.
Like that.
Yeah.
Or just like nothing's taken seriously. Do you know, honestly, I think, in all fairness, a lot of people give Hercules, Legendary Journeys, and Xena Warrior Princess grief. They are the forerunner to the CW shows that we have now with Arrow and
Supergirl
and Flash.
Absolutely, yeah.
Because it's the exact same brand of cheese.
Mm-hmm.
And it's perfect.
And the connected universe thing as well, which TV shows didn't do before. Do you remember the X-Files crossed over with, what did you call that show? Lance Heinrich was in. He was like a psychic in it.
Wasn't Sliders, was it?
No, it wasn't Sliders. It was a really, really dark show. He was a psychic. I think he was psychic. Like a psychic detective. And the X-Files had crossed over for one episode.
Oh, right.
Because I remember at the time. And then there was talk that Buffy was going to cross over with the X-Files. I don't know whether Fox actually considered that, but I remember for a long time there was talk of that, whether it was actually just fans going, imagine, or it was actually likely to happen. I don't remember. On a side note, talking about the relationship between Highlander and Terminator, watched Terminator Genesis the other night. I just put it on the background. Well, how did that movie go so badly wrong?
I don't know. But here's the thing. How did we walk out of that cinema going, that was really good?
I know. Well, you were there that night, weren't you?
I was,
That's right, yeah. Yeah. But I think it's because we were riding the high of seeing Terminator and Terminator 2 in the cinema together.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just need to watch it back again just to look at what
I don't want to.
But it was the casting as well. The casting's so off.
It's diabolical. I mean, I know we picked apart the trailer whenever it first came out.
Yeah.
And there's a shot in it, and it's just after they get arrested, whenever they travel forward in time.
Yeah.
And you see Amelia Clark in the back of the police car, or back in the police van. And they've sort of shot her in an interesting way where she kind of looks like Linda Hamilton from the first movie. And I remember going like, yeah, that's pretty good. Why is Captain Boomerang in this?
He looks no more like Michael Biehn than I do.
But here's the thing, right? Kyle Reese grew up in the ruins of the nuclear war, eating rats and starving and being shot at and getting scarred and everything. He should be this weedy little muscle character, like Michael Biehn was in the original. Where's he getting protein shakes in the future?
I know, he's all toned and everything. Yeah, I know.
And he's a terrible actor.
He's such a... I loved him. Full honesty, thought he was amazing as Captain Boomerang.
Captain Boomerang works for him.
When he's actual native Australian, he's great. What do you call him again? I can't remember his name. Jai Courtney. But he's such a bad actor.
Yeah.
And even in Die Hard, where he plays Bruce Willis' son.
No. Remember,
franchise, You died at the fourth one.
The fourth one after that.
Yeah. I loved the fourth one, by the way. Come at me, bro. I thought it was amazing.
The fourth one's great. For me, it's 1, 3, 4, 2.
Yeah, I think I would.
5.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty fair. But yeah, so Terminator Genesis, there's because I was watching it the other night, and I just felt kind of enraged. It was like, hold on, you have Sarah Connor and Kyle Reese in the modern world running around.
Yeah.
this is just sacrilege. This isn't even tweaking the original story. Because do you remember in the trailer that did the scene where he landed in the alleyway, and we were genuinely excited. We were like, this looks really good. It looks exactly like the original movie.
Honestly, the first 20 minutes, I love.
Yeah, no, I'm the same. Yeah.
Because I think it's fan service.
It is.
To its highest degree, where they're kind of mixing it up and stuff, and I really like that, and I like that there's a T-1000 when he's trying to get his clothes.
Yeah.
And I love the little shot where, like, the T-1000 is the mirror, and it, like, kind of...
Yeah, because it shows all the mannequins, and you think, oh, he's a mannequin. And